Hi there, it's me, Amanda Marie, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Happy 2023. I know I'm like a month late, and I guess it kind of aligns with all of those memes I've been seeing about how, like, I guess 2023 isn't starting until February. So happy February. Truth is, I'm kind of frustrated with myself today. I've been really frustrated with myself a lot lately. The last time I recorded a video was in October, and before that in August, and I think what has me so frustrated is that I've been in a bit of a creative slump lately. I've been kind of just in a general slump lately. Creatively, I have so many ideas for what I want to do with this channel, with my website, with my life, and I feel like every time I try to write something or record something or do something, I feel like it doesn't exactly go the way as planned, and I have such grand ideas for how I want to execute things, and I get so in my head about what I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to do it and how I can see it, that when I don't execute it the way that I want to, I get really frustrated. I think on top of that too, I want to say that it's like I'm going through a lot right now, but to be honest, I think I've been going through a lot for a long time, and I think it's all finally catching up to me. I was diagnosed almost 5 years ago. My 5-year anniversary is coming up in April, and it's that time of year where everything is kind of overlapping, and I think a lot of that started earlier. Like, I always get a little bit introspective around my birthday in November, and then the holidays come up, and it's kind of like partially seasonal depression, partially like, okay, the year is ending, and it's almost like, so this is Christmas and what have you done, but on repeat. So like, so this is my birthday and what have you done, so this is the new year and what have you done, and on and on and on. And someone said to me recently, I don't want to put my life on hold because of some doctor. And he was saying it to me because, my life feels like it's been on hold for a while. And I don't know. I feel like I don't know what to do with myself lately. I have been in such a fog. My brain feels so heavy with so many things, and I feel like all the noise is just crescendoing, and I can't clear my head. I can't find the quiet to sort through it sometimes. I feel like I'm not making any sense. I feel like I'm kind of rambling, and that's kind of everything that's been going on lately, and it's kind of why I stopped posting on all of my social channels. It's why I stopped like posting about the dogs and on my own channels and things like that, because I feel so heavy. I had my bone marrow biopsy about a week ago, and this one is to kind of determine what I'm supposed to do next. And the truth is, I don't know. I really don't. I'm so afraid. I'm afraid that I'm afraid that the cancer will come back. I'm afraid that it won't. I'm afraid that I'll be okay and that, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like after cancer, or not even that, like, I can't even describe it. After being diagnosed, I was so focused on kind of like, okay, what's next? You know, what's the next doctor's appointment I have to go to? What's the next thing I have to do? What's the next bill I have to sort out? You know, who do I have to call? What do I have to do? How, you know, how do I get a new job? How do I work and juggle all of these things? And I feel like I've kind of just been like one thing after another. And I feel like, you know, in every point, the adrenaline kind of takes over. And when it slows, and when I'm finally at a place where I feel comfortable and I'm not scrambling to the next thing, I have these moments like I'm having right now where it kind of is, all of the emotion catches up to me. And I think that's what's been going on lately. I think that, like, I feel like I'm so close to going back to my life, or a semblance of a life, that it's kind of scaring me too, you know? I wrote once in one of my blogs when I was writing more frequently about my cancer journey, I wrote like, I don't remember exactly how I said it, so forgive me, past me, for butchering my own words, but I wrote something like, is the way that cancer kills you by taking away yourself and killing you with doubt? Because that's what it feels like sometimes. It feels like, on top of the physical pain of going through, you know, medication and treatment and all the side effects and all of the things that we deal with as cancer patients, I think that the one thing that really affects me more than anything is the just doubt. Who am I now that I have it? And now, who am I now that I won't? You know? I had a whole plan for how this video was going to go, and this is not at all how it was. I was supposed to be chipper, and I was going to list all my goals for the year, for my channel, for the business that I'm trying to start, for my life. And right now, I don't know if I have any of those goals anymore. I mean, I wrote some down somewhere. I think I left my notebook in the other room, but I think right now my goal is just to, I was going to say to figure myself out, but I don't know if that's an attainable goal. I don't know. I was trying to think of something poignant to say, something clever, and I can't. My brain is so tired. I'm so tired. And I think that's part of what's catching up to me. I think I have been spending the past 5 years trying to survive, and now that I'm faced with living, it's so hard. That sounds so stupid, doesn't it? I mean, like, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm grateful for my family and for my friends and for everyone who has been part of this whole experience with me. I just looked at the camera and I was like, oh my god, have I been recording at all? Like, what if I never pressed record? Which has happened to me before. Like, there have been times where I've recorded something so good and I look down and I'm like, ah, I haven't recorded. I forgot what I was just saying. Jesus Christ. That's another problem. Like, I have been so forgetful lately. Ugh, I feel like I ruined my eye makeup. Whatever. I feel like this is going to be one of those videos that I don't edit because, frankly, I guess I think that maybe I should just be honest with how I feel. And the truth is, I don't know what to feel lately. So like I said, I had my biopsy last week, and I don't know how many of y'all know, but I have been I've been in isolation since January of 2021, so exactly 2 years now. And the isolation was because part of my treatment, I was originally, when I first got diagnosed, I was originally on one chemotherapy pill, right? And that experience was awful. That drug was so harsh that it was like physically hurting me. And long story short, in March 2020, I got COVID, and then I had to go off the medication, go off my chemotherapy for a little bit so that I could, because it's an immunosuppressant, and so I went off of it while I recovered from COVID. And when I went back on the chemo in June of 2020, it was all of the side effects that I had times a billion, I guess, you know, because I had been off it for a couple of months. When I went back, it hit me like a brick. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I couldn't move, I couldn't sleep. I was in so much pain. And I think if I'm honest with myself, I think part of it too was just a lot of emotional pain too. I had just lost a friend, I lost my grandfather. And so like I was, you know, going through a lot. And so anyway, at the end of the year, my doctor helped me switch to a newer drug. And part of that meant that I would also have to do immunotherapy infusions. And so I started that at the end of January 2021. And that meant that I was not going to have an immune system. I was going to completely wipe out my immune system. And so like anything could be life-threatening. The common cold, the flu, anything, let alone COVID. So I started isolation, and it was only supposed to be for until the end of that year. And then he pushed it out to middle of 2022. And then he said, you know what, let's just do a whole nother year of this. And so it has been 2 years. I can't leave my house. I mean, I can go outside in my backyard and, you know, I see my parents, I see my family sometimes. But for the most part, I don't leave the house except to go to my doctor appointments. And it's been really hard. It's been incredibly hard. I'm a very social person, and to stick me in a room and tell me I can't go anywhere has been almost unbearable. So anyway, this biopsy is supposed to make sure that I'm still no evidence of disease, and hopefully once those results come in, I can find out from my doctor if I can come off of these medications and I can finally get vaccinated again, or well, get vaccinated again for like regular vaccines, and then get the COVID vaccine and return to society. It's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of anticipation. It's a lot of questions. It's a lot. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that I've been, ever since the procedure last Friday, I think that I have been just overwhelmed. Really fucking overwhelmed. Am I allowed to say fuck on my own channel? Oh well, fuck it. But yeah, I am. So there's my update, I guess. I had completely planned this in a different way. In my notebook, I'm more structured. I have a list. I have a script or whatever. But that's not how life goes, I guess. Clearly. You know, when I first met my therapist, I told him, hi Michael. When I first met Michael, my therapist, I told him, I didn't realize how much of a control freak I was until I got cancer. It's funny because once you have cancer, you have absolutely no control of your life. I mean, yeah. I was gonna say, like, sure, you have control over what you're gonna do, you have control over your treatments, but you kind of feel like you don't. You know? Well, I hope you don't know. And if you do, I'm sorry you do. We're in this together, bestie. Anyway, I'm a mess. I guess that's the truth of it. I'm a mess. And I think about, you know, when I was little and I had these like plans of what I was going to do with my life, and there are a lot of things that I've achieved, you know, in my career. But I feel like that's the only real thing that I've been able to stick to, like my career. Everything else in my life I'm kind of floundering about. I'm not where I thought I would be, and that's fine, I guess. I took a completely different route. But, you know. Anyway. I don't know how to end this video. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this. I probably will, just because I have to put some content out there at some point, right? I feel like in all of my blog posts and even in my like journals, this is my journal, by the way, this is my diary. I always promise that I'm going to be more consistent and I'm going to be better about what I post and be more thorough and frequent. And why am I trying to say consistent again? I'm basically just trying to say more consistent, just in a different way. But I can't make that promise, I guess, because I'm human and I am flawed. And I am tired. I'm consistently going through a lot. And I don't know. I think this is going to be the most honest thing about me. By the way, I don't know about when you're watching this, but while I'm recording it, it is February 4th, so happy World Cancer Day. Here is my video. Here's my content. Here's my cancer content. It is World Cancer Day and I am a mess. I think that tracks. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for watching this long and winding road that I am verbally on. Thank you for being here. Thank you for not being here. I don't know. But have a good day. Have a better day than I am. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.